Welcome to hitech channel, the place to update the fastest and most accurate global technology news. A new audit has warned that potential additional cost and schedule escalations are likely to occur. NASA's Space Launch System, SLS, rocket designed to take astronauts to the moon is way over budget and far off its original schedule, according to a new, critical audit from NASA's Inspector General. The report additionally foresees additional cost and schedule increases that could put the entire Artemis mission in danger if the problems aren't addressed. NASA's spending on the Artemis moon program is projected to reach $93 billion by 2025, including the $23.8 billion already invested in the SLS system through 2022. This represents an additional $6 billion and a 6-year extension of the initial timeline, as stated in the report. The SLS finally launched for the first time in November 2022, making use of 4-25 rupees engines per launch, 16 of which were salvaged from retired space shuttles. Once those have been expended, NASA will switch to the RS-25E engines being produced by Aerojet Rocketdyne, which are expected to be 30% cheaper and 11% more powerful, as well as Northrop Grumman's solid rocket boosters. The older technology isn't helping NASA meet its budgetary expectations, according to an audit. The complexities of developing, updating, and integrating new systems with the heritage components of the Space Shuttle and Constellation programs has resulted in cost and timeline increases that were not anticipated. These increases are caused by a variety of interconnected issues. For example, only 5 out of 16 engine adaptations have been completed, and increased scope and cost have significantly impacted the booster contract. The price of the booster contract has risen remarkably from $2.5 billion to $4.4 billion ever since the Artemis mission was announced. This, in turn, has caused a 5-year delay. The primary culprit of the escalated price and the longer schedule is the use of cost-plus contracts, rather than a fixed-price contract. The report suggests that future work should be shifted to a fixed-price structure, as well as resolving procurement issues in order to prevent this from happening again. In response, the NASA management team has accepted all 8 of the report's recommendations. The infamous cancellation of the Constellation program in 2005 was met with much criticism, as it provided jobs for Americans around the nation. In the following year, the NASA Authorization Act of 2010 was introduced, which mandated the construction of the Space Launch System, SLS, and the repurposing of existing technology, contracts and workforce from the Constellation program. This paved the way for increased partnerships with private space companies, such as SpaceX, which developed its own Starship rocket system for carrying astronauts to the Moon and Mars. Unfortunately, the Starship rocket exploded on its first orbital launch mission, causing significant damage and harming local ecosystems. It is yet uncertain if it will fly again in the near future. Thanks for watching. The video ends here. See you again in the next videos. Please subscribe to the channel to update the latest technology news.